Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about one Power Client story and we will focus just on the data. Data, as we all know, is valuable. Some even refer it as a gold mine. And I'm totally agree with that. But how does it look from the outside? Nowadays, when every possible item we can think of is a data stream. Architect like us, it make our life more complex because we have to deal with variety of data sources, different format, and incredible non-consistent scenarios. And on top of that, it is from different file and format. Well, we have to understand one of the biggest problem is data is now big data, which is not a relational, being said that it is messy. Most of time it's siloed and slow. And while processing this data, either in batch format or live streaming, and then process and filtered and group and figure out that data into actionable item, that is very important task for each and every one of us, and especially for IND guys. Well, these are kind of the old architecture where we are dealing with the event hub, streaming analytics. We are saving that data into storage and then processing some ETL and use that thing. But now, what if I will share a architect? I will share a solution where we could get rid of event hub, stream analytics, data factory, and make it quite simple architect like this. Regardless of whatever is your data source, wherever you are saving, you could process that data and do actionable item. If that make you excited, you are most welcome in today talk. My name is Deepak Kosik. I'm Microsoft Azure MVP, and I like to share my knowledge with the technical fraternity. I have been speaking in the conference and contributing on various technical forums since 2008. I have more than 1 million views on my article. I have been sharing my knowledge across continent, Microsoft DevOps Labs at Seattle and Channel 9 and C# Corner. You will find my videos. I'm the technical author, so I reviewed various technical book, and I also participate in writing the questionnaires for various certification/scenarios, uh, particularly the cloud or Azure certification. Being said that, thanks a lot again for joining that. Well, today what is the scenario? And your question is, Deepak, what we are going to discuss today? Well, we are discussing one real-time scenario or story with you. Look at this guy, happy guy. His name is Jeff. He is a technician. He goes for site inspection, and every time he got the meter reading. Once he got the meter reading, he give that reading to the staff for analysis at location, at a centralized location, and Jeff has to visit once a month for inspection to the meter health. Technician gather all that data at site and send the data to the centralized location for analysis. When problem are identified, that is even more problem. Technician must return to the site and collect additional data in the form of archiving, log, and further analysis. You know how much time it take and how many manual hours it take? These sites are at very remote location. 5 to 6 are driving, even -35, -40 in Saskatchewan, Fort McMurray in Alberta, all these different locations. So it is very, very, very complex process, and overall the process of collecting log, reviewing and analyzing is laborious, inefficient and subject to human error. We were asked to provide a technical solution in this case, and what is the expectation from that technical solution is, okay, let's provide a solution where we could reduce the travel reduction for data collection and outage response for repair avoidance. So basically, we have to provide real-time solution for this problem. If that make you excited, here we go. We are going to talk about analytics, modern analytics workspace, and I will specifically focus on Autoloader. We will do little bit transformation. I will touch base about Delta Lake architecture and what is the silver, bronze and gold Delta tables. And we will walk you through couple of demos. When I'm saying couple of demos, we will look over how to process different format file. Let's understand what the Autoloader is. Autoloader is cloud file source that load data continuously and efficiently from cloud storage. Databricks Autoloader reduce complexity of ingesting file, has some quick implementation of ETL process and growing number of schema evaluation features. What does that mean, Deepak? Okay, just focus over this architecture. I would say don't focus over right side right now. Earlier or right now as well, what is our implementation basically? We are receiving enormous amount of data file. We are saving that file in some storage. It might be blob, it might be S3, whatever. We need to implement some notification services. Whenever file land here, they need to be processed, and then we have to queue so that we will not miss a single file itself. And whenever file come, we need to trigger by trigger mechanism, and then we have to process. In some cases we have to schedule the batch processing for, in our case, the half an hour. However, look over this piece. It make our life so easy. It is streamlined. We are receiving data, data is saved into the storage, and Autoloader make these things process. So basically all this complexity of multiple jobs has been taken care of. Well, what is the key benefit of Autoloader that might be come into your mind? First, it maintain the state management, like all the file which has been processed. You don't need any services where you are counting, you are saving those data, where it is processes, what is the last file process, what is schema. Autoloader take care of it. The scalability is amazing. The source will efficiently track the new files arriving and leveraging cloud services without concerning about the scalability of the file, amount of files. It is easy to use and it is near real-time processing. Cool. Let's look over what is the support we could process from AWS S3, ADLS Gen 2, GCS, blob storage, Gen 1, DBFS. So basically all the storage mechanism. Let's consider this scenario where we have files. We are receiving files from different clients, from Power Client, and these files are into different formats. Believe me, even I received the file in CSV format. Then I said, hey, can you send me in JSON? Or they said, okay, can we send in the JSON? Yeah, you are most welcome. So basically I received the file in different variety of format, but JSON and CSV, which is the part of demo. So you must be understanding these clients, they are from dinosaur ages, and I'm getting all those files. It is not quite modern architecture, but hey, we are architect, and our architect should be robust enough to handle all this scenario. So once we receive the file, those files need to be processed. Here is Autoloader come into the picture, and we process that file into the Databricks, into the Delta table, silver table and gold table. If you guys were not aware about Delta architecture, so basically Delta Lake is the lake where we save the transform data into the various table, like refined table is the silver and aggregated table is the gold. Gold is considered the gold mine. Remember, I mentioned it earlier. So basically what we were doing, whenever we receive the file, we need to process, and there will be the alert notification as well on the email, and dashboard will reflect all these alert. These are the structure of file. You are looking how many files I'm receiving. Every hour I'm receiving one file. that is only for daily log. I have hourly log, I have maintenance file, I have another measurement file. So basically I'm receiving variety of files, and these files are quite inconsistent sometimes. If there is some exception over there, it need to be processed, but this is kind of happy scenario. Let's jump into the demo and understand what we are going to do today, and I believe that make you excited. I'm opening my files, and give me a second over here. Where is my files? Okay. Here you go. Okay. Before we jump over here, before we jump over and look over a couple of interesting features, let me walk you through. Let me walk you through about a couple of things which I'm feeling is quite important. First, let's look over my storage account. Here is my storage account. In my storage account, I have daily log, autoloader, and meter config. Daily log is the folder where I'm processing the CSV file. Autoloader, I have folder where I'm processing JSON file, and meter config, I don't remember, I'm processing another JSON file. This is just for example. This is into this Azure Data Lake Gen 2, this storage, and this is the container name, and this is the directory name. I hope that make you some give some background. And here I am into my into my Databricks environment. Okay, before I jump into Databricks environment, let me little bit share about Databricks and Databricks Notepad and what we are doing over here. As we already mentioned, the big data is always messy, siloed, and slow. They need to be processed with incredible speed, with resilience, and we need to handle all the exceptions which we are encountering every daily life, and it should be very high quality and fast, and that is what is the expectation, and that's the data engineer. We always want this file need to be processed and without any failure. So we are getting that kind of ability from our Delta architecture. Just for perspective of this demo, all the secrets need to be saved, all the access point need to be saved over here. But for demo, I'm not using just for demo here I have the directory, storage account, and container and access key, but the standard practice is use the key vault. So I have used this key. I have not used key vault over here just for the demo perspective. We understand what is going on, so that is kind of heads up to each and everyone. This is the standard way production grade of working, and that is kind of my demo grade of working, so please don't mix any of them. Okay, so first, autoloader configuration. We need to set the autoloader configuration. What is required for autoloader configuration? We need to import what kind of file we are expecting. As we look over our storage account, we are expecting the files in CSV as well as JSON file, as we have look over here. So basically we are expecting those files. So here I'm processing the JSON file, and once what is the location from where I want to load, I did the mounting for this file. You can do mounting, or you can it's totally up to you. And then I have processed those files. So once I have processed those files, I'm getting the schema of files, whatever the schema, and then we need to use the logic why we need bronze table. Bronze table is basically the raw data we save into the bronze table. Silver has more refined data, and gold is kind of our business business table where we serve the business logic over there. So this is very high level. I'm not sharing in detail about Delta architecture. As I have mentioned, we might have another session about Delta very soon. So that is what. If you are new to Databricks, this is called notebook. This is called cluster. I'm using Python language, and these are my widgets where I have saved the detail. I could schedule it as we have look over another example where we could schedule it over couple of hours or couple of days or couple of minutes. We could manually schedule it or schedule for every day, every minutes, and all those kind of detail. And that is kind of just giving some background over the notebook section. Okay, our cluster is happy, running, ready to run. Let's process the file. But wait a minute, what we are doing here? Again, we are processing file from daily log in the container data, which we have looked over already. So daily log under data, we are processing this file. Okay, and wait a minute. Once we have to process, we have to give the checkpoint. What is the checkpoint name? Checkpoint daily log demo 16 March. Let's say this is the checkpoint name. So basically it will keep the checkpoint of the process file, what is the schema, what is the metadata, everything over there. Okay, so we are processing. Here we go. I run the cell is successfully run. After that, once I run the cell, basically I set the configuration. Let's process it. I set the checkpoint location. We already discussed checkpoint is where we need to check, hey, what is the last file process, what is the metadata, and finally let's process it. This is where Autoloader come into the picture. We are looking over file is processing, it's getting schema, Spark job is running, Spark job runs successfully, and it give me these details of the file, and this is run right away. So let's look over our storage explorer. Here you go, checkpoint has been created. But wait a minute, let's check what we are getting in checkpoint. We are getting schema. So basically it take a look what basically the schema we are getting. That's good to know. Okay, and after schema, what various detail we are getting. Basically this is for internal perspective of Autoloader, and it get all those details. So we already get that. Let's jump into our demo. Once we have the files, let's do little bit transformation. I have just done it, so I did little bit transformation, and then I said okay, execute this file from dbfs location. So it's saving at delta format, like parquet file we are saving here at dbfs location. We could any point of time go over there and on dbfs, and we could see the file storage, shared upload, daily log. Here you go, and we are getting all these files from here, right? So file have been saved, a job is running, and once we have job is running over here, we could create the different tables. Well, till the time job is running, so let's see what the change we could notice over here. In the checkpoint, we have another folders come into picture. They pop up, and we have metadata, source data, and all these things. Well, we are almost 20 minutes from now when we started the session. I will take a pause here, and let's create a table. So we will do complete transformation. I have created a table, and let's do a select statement. Basically we create a table, daily log or bronze table, and here you go, our table has been created. So this is what we have created just right now by Autoloader. Well, what is the benefit of Autoloader? We have seen the Autoloader is taking care of the schema We don't need to worry about schema. We don't need to worry about the file, which file has been processed. For example, currently it's daily log 12. I could process another file and put daily log 13 with one record, and only that file will be processed. Everything, all the notification, schema, maintenance will be done over here. That is for CSV file. Just keeping an eye over the watch, and I know we don't need to boil the ocean at this point of time, so let's consider another example where we have a demo example where I'm running schema for Belgium, where I have different data sets available, and then I'm processing. This is most important configuration part for any for our perspective, from Autoloader perspective. Once I run this, I got all the detail. File has been processed. From where the file is processed, that is the important question. So let's check that it is the mounted on COVID-19 data. So we already mount that, and these are the detail. Well, once we have processed, we have some append mode. We could use that, like append mode, if you want to append new files. However, I'm not going in more detail here, but I will touch base another example of DBFS, where we have file location, file store, daily log 1.csv. I'm processing that file, and let's see what is happening. Okay, file has been processed, and we got all these different record. So basically, if I have to share some of the important thing about Autoloader, like you process the file, you save it into the Delta format, and then you do all your transformation on the business logic. What you need to do, you modify. Being said that, let me quickly jump into the PowerPoint and talk a little bit about what we have did. We have one landing zone. For us, it might be we have seen the daily log folder, where all the files we receive over there, they might come every minute, every second, every hour. They might be the different format of files, CSV or JSON, or different files on different folders from variety of sources, and then we process them into bronze, silver, or gold table. So what is the benefit? We are getting incremental ingestion. We don't miss any file. Whenever file come, it will schedule or trigger automatically, and it's fast over large directory. Well, being said that, our architecture is basically streaming loads, batch load, and we look over ingestion table, refined table, and gold table, and we could see the various business intelligence and machine learning. Once our data is processed, we must receive a notification. This is the real-time notification which I receive. And I got the detail. Hey, blockage type has been generated. What is the meter name? What is the station name? All those kind of detail. And this notification is very, very simple in Databricks. Let's take a look. If we have to take an alert, how we get the alert? Basically, earlier we are here in Databricks Science and Engineering. Let me show you right away. But if we go to SQL, here we have alerts, and in alerts we could generate an alert, and we could see what is going into the alert. So this is the email alert which is executing every 12 hours. I could edit it. I could schedule it every time. Whenever alert is evaluated, it back to normal, or almost every time. I could change the refresh rate every minute, every 5 minutes, or every 1 day, like that. Totally up to the your business requirement. But from business perspective, just think, the guy who is receiving the blockage details after a month, after sending the technician couple of times, after processing it into lab, they are getting it instantly, almost the same time. How does that value add? And at the end of the day, I would say That is the value where we reduce the travel for data collection and outage response. Being said that, that's it from my side. I'm always available here for your question. Thank you so much.